So today we're going to go over USFL scoring, and the purpose of our scoring system is to provide an objective criteria based on the proper application of technique and not on the effects of punishment or physical damage, which is not appropriate for youth athletes. Points are awarded for successful application of grappling and striking technique to encourage development of a well-balanced combat sport athlete. The system also allows us to limit stalling and provides an avenue to penalize fouls without causing undue influence to the outcome of the bout. So to help facilitate fair scoring and minimize the risk of improper scoring by judges, we ask that athletes wear their appropriate clothing and gear colored to correspond with their corner. For instance, if you're a red corner, you should not be wearing blue gear, same with the blue corner. In addition to that, we will tape the gloves and shin guards with the appropriate color as your corner, and whenever possible, you should wear a rash guard and clothing within that same color. So first we're going to cover scoring within the grappling portion of the bout. Scoring during grappling requires 3 seconds of control before any points are awarded. The points are awarded for obtaining the position. The method of which the position is obtained does not matter. For example, passing the guard itself does not merit positioning points. Simply obtaining side control, mount, or back control will earn you the point. So in short, it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you are in a good ground control position and hold it for 3 seconds of control. We're going to start with side control. So for side control, you have to pass your opponent's leg and hip defenses and have at least half his back on the ground. So this is the classic side control. Again, 3 seconds of control will earn you 2 points. Knee on belly is also considered side control, as is scarf hold and north-south, in addition to reverse scarf hold. So all these 3 positions just constitute side control. You don't rack up additional points for changing positions. You can either hold one for 3 seconds or a combination of all 3 for 3 seconds of control. Mount position is worth 3 points. Again, you need 3 seconds of control. The following constitutes mount. You have to be above your opponent's hips. You can be in the classic mount position. You can grapevine the legs. You can be in S mount. Or you can have one knee up, as long as you're straddling your opponent. In addition, if your opponent is belly down and you don't have your hooks in, and you're straddled, you still have mount. All these constitute mount position, and you can hold either one position for 3 seconds of control or any combination of these 3. Back mount is worth 4 points, and the following constitutes back mount. Either both hooks in, body triangle, or you can have one leg in a riding position as long as your hips and shoulders line up with your opponent. It doesn't matter if your opponent is belly up or belly down. Again, we're looking for the one leg, hips, and shoulders to be lined up together. Again, you can do a combination of all 3, keeping control, or one position for 3 seconds of control to get your 4 back mount points. So now ground scoring points can only be earned once per position per sequence. For instance, blue is going to be the scoring fighter right now. So 3 seconds. That's 2 points for side control. One, two, three. That's 3 point for mount. One, two, three. That's 4 for back mount. Now, he cannot go back to any previous positions to score. If he does go back, he's allowed, but does not score. The rescoring clock resets when top and bottom is reversed. Sweet. 1, 2, 3 for mount. 1, 2, 3. 2 points for side control. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 for back mount. Now the other time when the ground positioning clock resets is if they stand up and they're neutral. And if blue gets his takedown, of course the scoring restarts. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 2 points for side. 1, 2, 3. 3 points for mount. 1, 2, 3, and that's 4 for back. Now a near submission or an attempted submission is worth 2 points. The criteria to get these 2 points is 1, it has to be a high percentage submission recognized by the judges. 2, it has to put your opponent in danger of being submitted and or completely shut down all their offensive capabilities, putting them in survival mode. And 3, it has to be held for 3 seconds of control. 1, 2, 3, 2 points for blue. 1, 2, 3. 2 points for blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 points for blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 points for blue. 1, 2, 3. 2 points for blue. Now, if blue finishes his submission, we do not score the near submission points. We simply end the bout by submission. 1, 2, 3, and that's a win by blue. Okay, takedowns are worth 2 points. Takedown is also known as initial ground control. Doesn't matter how you get there, the first fighter who obtains a top controlled and weighted position for 3 seconds gets the 2 points. Here's an example of classic takedowns. One, 2, 3, 2 for blue. 1, 2, 3, 2 for red. 1, 2, 3, 2 for blue. 1, 2, 3, 2 for red. 1, 2, 3, 2 for blue. here's going to be 3 examples of takedowns that are not initially going to score because there's not control, and I will let you know once 3 seconds of control is established and which athlete scores. So first example. 1, 2, 3, 2 for blue, 2 for side control for blue. Red initiated the head and arm throw, blue rolled him over, got 3 seconds of control, therefore blue gets the points even though red initiated it. One, 2, 3, 2 points for red. So in this example, red initiated the takedown, blue was able to counter it before red got 3 seconds of control, and then ultimately red hit a switch, got 3 seconds of control on the back, so red gets the 2 points for the takedown. Other example, this is simulating a cage. One, 2, 3, takedown for red. So finally, because blue is sitting upright against the cage, red did not have control. Once red was able to get the majority of his back on the mat and establish that control position for 3 seconds, he gets a takedown point. Now takedowns that land in a ground control position not only earn the takedown point, it also earns the corresponding ground position point. So go ahead. So right here we have 1, 2, 3 seconds of control, which is 2 points for takedown and 2 more points for side control. One, 2, 3. In this case, he landed in mount, so we have 2 points for a takedown and 3 more for mount. Now in this case, even though the fighter who executed the takedown is on his back, because he has the back mount, he has a control position. So after 3 seconds of control, he gets 2 for the takedown and then 4 more for the back mount. In other instances where the fighter or athlete can get the takedown points are as if red is going to pull guard, blue simply has to land in a top control position for 3 seconds and he will get the 2 points. However, if red pulls guard, but plays guard, effectively keeping blue from obtaining a top control position, he's denying blue the opportunity to score. At any point, if red sweeps blue and gets a top position for 3 seconds, he will get the 2 points. Finally, if a takedown is initiated but lands in a near submission, he cannot get the takedown points because he doesn't have control. Red, in this case, will get 2 points for a near submission. At any time blue escapes the submission, he will get the 2 takedown points. In open mat bouts where there's no cage or ring, you have a clearly defined boundary, in bounds, out of bounds. If one of the athletes exits the mat or goes out of bounds, break, that's 1 point for red. You can also push your opponent out to get the same point. Break, 1 point for blue. If a takedown is initiated in bounds but finished out of bounds, we can't give 3 seconds of control because they're out of bounds, but we can give them the 1 push-out point. Same goes for a throw. We just have to look at whose feet exited the mat first. In this case, It was blue, even though red was lined up to the boundary line. He executed the throw. Red will get the 1 point for push-out. Now, as long as you have control and one portion of the body is inbounds for 3 seconds, you can get the takedown point. So in this case, 1, 2, 3. Red can get 2 takedown points because he has his foot in. Striking, scoring. To score an effective strike, the criteria is it has to land with shock, body displacement, or impact of the opponent. 2, it has to be unobstructed, meaning it can't be partially blocked. And 3, it has to be unanswered. So punches to the upper body are worth 1 point each. Classic upper body punching includes a rear cross, a stiff jab, a hook, an uppercut, and even a hammer fist. Kicks to the upper body are worth 2 points. Classic kicks to the body include front kick, round kick, and spinning kick. Kicks to the legs are worth 1 point. Has to be directed to the inside or outside of the thighs. Inside leg kick, outside leg kick. Certain age groups are permitted to throw a knee to the body. A knee to the body is worth 1 point. And there is no scoring for knees to the legs. So here's an example of strikes that will not be scored because they do not meet the three criteria of a scoring strike. The first would be a punch that is partially blocked, or a kick that's partially blocked, or a clash of strikes where nobody has a clear advantage. In this case, they both may be landing strikes, but since none have a clear advantage, neither of them get a score. Now, if the strike is unanswered, we can score that punch. In this case, blue threw a strike, red was not able to answer it effectively. That's 1 point for a body strike for blue. If there's a clash of strikes and the last striker hits a definitive blow and then exits, we can score that. In this case, red scored 1 point for the last definitive blow. The same goes for a clash and ending with a kick. In this case, red got 2 points for an unanswered kick, even though it was part of a clash, because blue was unable to answer the strike. So for ground strikes, the striker is limited to 3 effective blows per position. This is to limit the amount of ground and pound and also promote technical transitions on the ground. So to get the ground striking points, first you must be on top, you must be postured upright, and from the guard position you must be elbow high and land with good impact. You can get a maximum of 3 strikes, any types of strikes. If you exceed that, the referee should give the command, advance your position, blue, you've exceeded your strikes. At that point, you should either go to submit or score more points. In this case, he's gone to side control, which resets the striking scoring clock. So you can throw 3 more effective blows. Now from side control, you do not need to change positions completely. You can just simply adjust your position, such as going knee on belly. Then you can throw 3 more strikes. Now to get more, you would have to go to another position, which would be maybe mount, and he can throw 3 more strikes. Now if he is inside the guard, it doesn't matter what form of guard. He can throw 1 strike from full guard, 1 from half, 1 from butterfly, it doesn't change the fact that he's in the guard. Now he cannot throw any more strikes. He must advance his position by getting either mount or side control. Now, circumstances where the top athlete will not score is if the bottom athlete has him clinched or has his head pulled down. You'll have to break free of that and posture up to land an effective strike. Or if the top athlete is hunkered down and he's just throwing hooks without posturing up, those should not score either. Okay? If the bottom athlete is on all fours, go ahead and turn it up. The top athlete has to make sure that he strikes within the frontal lines of the ribs and not behind it to get strikes. This is considered a position as well. The same as if the bottom fighter is on his back and the top fighter is standing. This is considered a position. We want to have some form of contact between their bodies. The top athlete can throw his 3 strikes. Then he must transition to another position to score more. Anything exceeding 3 per position, again, the referee will give the command, advance your position. Red cannot score from striking from the bottom because he does not have control. Now, blue is in a near submission, so he cannot score strikes because he is not in dominant position. He's defending a submission. In this case, blue is defending a takedown, so he does not have control, therefore his strikes should not score.